In its continued support of social equality, Doritos is building on last year's Amplify Black Voices campaign with the launch of Solid Black, a new ongoing initiative to provide resources and a platform for Black change makers who use innovation and boldness in their creative and community endeavors. Solid Black celebrates up-and-coming leaders in the Black community. Follow along on Doritos' social channels to hear their stories every Friday. Learn more about what motivates them in the Solid Black initiative at Doritos.com/Solid Black. At State Farm, they're focused on the belief that diversity makes safer, stronger, smarter neighborhoods where all are welcome. Neighborhoods that are reflective of the culture makers, shakers, and movers of tomorrow. To make a better world for our future generations, we must amplify, celebrate, and empower Black creators today. And that's why State Farm is committed to providing services, platforms, and long-standing actions to help build strong neighborhoods for the Black community. State Farm knows that being good neighbors means uplifting communities wherever their customers find themselves. They don't just provide a policy, they provide a partner. Because with over 19,000 State Farm agents, they reflect the diversity of America. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I see the triangle, right? I figured it out. For the voice of reason, the solid, hold it down, the beige rage, and the agitator. The Breakfast Club.
Everyone just kept telling me to prep for this.
One word to describe the Breakfast Club would be black.
Impacting the culture.
People watch the Breakfast Club for like news and really be tuned in, man.
I don't even know what it calls Breakfast Club. It's like brunch.
Envy, Yee, and Charlamagne.
Listen to The Breakfast Club on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Dang.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
You're wild. Can I live?
You are out of control. I can't even deal with you.
Y'all are so petty. Why are y'all so petty? The world's most dangerous morning show. DJ Envy.
Captain of this bitch.
Angela Yee.
I stay in everybody's business, but in a good way.
Charlamagne the God.
The ruler rubbing you the wrong way.
The Breakfast Club.
Ain't for everybody.
Good morning, USA! Woo! Good morning, Angela Yee. Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, DJ Envy. Happy Thursday! Just one more day until the weekend. What's up, guys? Yes, so if you haven't guessed already, I'm waiting for Charlamagne and Envy to show up to work today. Now, I'm not in New York. I'm in Atlanta, so I'm not sure if there's some type of traffic going on. I don't know if the two of them are together, but I do know they both live in the same direction. So maybe something happened, perhaps, that made both of them late. A lot of times they walk in together. I'm not going to tell you how they walk.
Now you here.
Oh, welcome, Envy. I didn't know if you guys were walking in together. I was going to say a couple of days ago, I was sitting here and y'all walked in. And for
Yesterday,
some reason,
we get a call 5 minutes before the show starts. Angela Yee's not here. Now you here.
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, what you doing in Atlanta?
I can't talk about it yet. Or maybe not at all. I don't know. But I will say you walked in and you were covering your butt. Remember that?
That was yesterday.
2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm used to that with you guys together.
Oh, now we together today. Charlamagne's here.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, say what up.
How do y'all both get here at the same time all the time?
We came in together.
Because the show starts at 6 a.m. and we both know we got to walk into the studio by 6 a.m. Why the on-air light not working? The on-air light's not on.
It never works.
It's never worked?
No, it's rinky-dink.
No, usually, yeah, because you're supposed to be in there when we're on air.
Huh?
Yeah, it never works. Good morning. Yeah, so you're not going to tell us what you do in Atlanta?
I had an emergency, so yes. But I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Well, you and your emergency. Well, today
is a great morning, man, because we had some amazing energy, some divine energy here in this studio. What day was that? I don't remember, but today, I don't even want to call it Throwback Thursday. Let's call it Timeless Thursday today.
That's right.
Timeless Thursday, because these brothers that we have in here this morning are absolutely timeless.
Yeah, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will be joining us this morning.
Man.
And they still look the same as they did like in the 80s and 90s. They look the same.
Yeah, and if you don't know, maybe live behind a rock or you don't know who they are the brothers that produce for damn near everybody in the industry from Janet Jackson to Usher to Michael Jackson to who else there? Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige,
The Time,
Ice-T. So many people.
I want to know who else lives behind the rock with envy. I never heard that.
I live under the rock?
Yes, under the rock.
What I said, behind the rock?
You said behind the rock.
You know, they know what I meant.
Y'all gonna be behind something. Listen, here's the thing, though. These guys are legends. These guys are icons. All of that feels like an understatement, but some conversations just fill your spirit, and this one filled mine.
Okay.
Yes.
SOS Band, Shalimar.
Lord have
and the
mercy.
list goes on. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Well, I told you I'm in Atlanta, and so let's talk about these new mask mandates, what the CDC is now saying, what these numbers are looking like. It's not looking good.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. One more time. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, what we start with, Yee?
Well, let's start with COVID. Tokyo has seen the third consecutive day of record COVID-19 cases. And so they said at least 198 cases have been reported as linked to the Tokyo Games as of Thursday. They are under a state of emergency, which is in effect until August 22nd. Now, the U.S. has also reported their highest number of new cases in the world. So there is this summer surge as the Delta variant spreads. And so more than 611,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. Just 57.6% of Americans aged 12 and up are fully vaccinated, according to data. And the CDC has cited new science on the transmissibility of the Delta variant. They also changed their mask guidance. They now recommend everyone in areas with substantial or high levels of transmission, vaccinated or not, wear a mask in public.
Should have never told them to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
So
they did update that guidance.
I see Keisha Lance Bottom signed an executive order requiring masks inside all public places. But I was wondering, how does that affect like baseball games and these concerts and these shows? Now,
you put your mask on. Just like she said. You know, it's so crazy. I hear people discuss how we should listen to experts and scientists and not folks on social media, and I agree. But man, when the experts make foolish-ass decisions like this that defy just simple common sense that we all have, it's very easy not to listen, because common sense would tell us not to take the mask off. Common sense. I said last year I'm going to always wear my mask at the airport from now on. Right? Salute to all the Asians we used to see on flights wearing masks, and we wondered why. Y'all were ahead of the curve, and I'm never taking my mask off. At least at airports. I mean, just because everybody's on birth control doesn't mean you stop wearing condoms.
Right.
But I will say they never said you could take them off in the airport. Like
they said you could take them off. They said if you were vaccinated, you could take your mask off.
In the airport.
Anywhere. They said if you were fully vaccinated.
No, but not in the airport, I thought.
They said anywhere.
Not at the airport. Airport, you have to wear a mask.
I don't know about the airport. But I'm just talking about. But even still in general, I'm just saluting the Asians because that's what we used to see them at the airport with the mask on. But I'm wearing my mask in public places, period, for the rest of my life. Just because it seems like it makes sense. And you saw what they said, flu cases dropped because everybody's wearing masks, things of that nature. Why not?
Well, Disney World did bring back the indoor mask requirement for all guests. Like you said, in Atlanta, you are required to wear a mask indoors. New York City has offered a $100 incentive for vaccination. That starts on Friday. So anybody who goes to a city-run vaccination site for their first dose of the vaccine will get $100. And this is because there's also a surge in cases in the city as well. They said it's driven by, of course, the Delta variant. They said the last Friday, the average of new daily cases was 32% higher than a week prior. And they got a lot going on right now. Y'all really be careful. At least wear your mask when you're out.
And I was watching CNN last night, and you know, everybody keeps trying to blame the unvaccinated, but they had a doctor on last night, and she was saying that vaccinated people can pass it to each other, and vaccinated people can pass it to others too. So sounds to me like everybody should just practice social distancing and continue to wear their mask. On
the way in, I was driving in. I listened to the news on the way in, and I heard Joe Biden say something like, if you haven't got your vaccination yet, how did he put it? He made it seem like if you ain't get it, you're stupid. And I'm sitting there like, this president's wilding. You ain't find the audio yet, right? Yeah, we'll find the audio. I'm like, what?
I mean, that's not that bad take.
What? Are you stupid if you ain't get your vaccination? And a lot of people just don't feel comfortable getting the vaccination. But you call them stupid and
but
dumb?
that's his opinion. If he feels like people are stupid for not getting it.
You're the president, man. Certain things.
Well, Pfizer has also suggested, their data has suggested a third dose of COVID-19 vaccine strongly boost protection against the Delta variant.
If the first two aren't protecting people from it, then why would I get a third? Come on, we got to think this one through, guys. Come on now. Come on, Pfizer.
Right. They are still saying, though, that if you do get this, and I just want to continue to reiterate this, if you do get the vaccination, it does lower the transmissibility and likelihood that you'll get it. That doesn't mean you won't get it, but it lowers that likelihood and lowers the chance that you'll get as sick and hospitalized.
I don't. You got to tell me where you're getting this information.
They've been saying that. CDC been saying that. They said the majority of people that's in the hospital or died. They said I think 90-something% of those people don't have their vaccination.
They said I think 6,000 or close to 6,000 people who have been fully vaccinated have died. I saw that too.
Where'd you get that?
And so that's compared to how many people overall. Like,
I mean, but we can't. We don't want to play that game because if you do that, you can say 650,000 people compared to 320 million in America. You know, the percentage is low, so you don't want to play that game.
But they've always said that you can still get it, you can still get sick, but it lowers the chances. That's all. It doesn't say that you'll never. Nothing. There's no vaccine that is 100% effective.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and
how about I just don't want to get it? I'm gonna wear my mask when I'm in public, and you know, if I got my vaccination, so I do feel a little more comfortable. But I'm gonna wear my mask.
Just because everybody's on birth control doesn't mean you stop wearing condoms. That's why the CDC should have never told people to stop wearing masks.
All right, well, that is your front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Do you ever feel like summer just flies by? For me, I feel like I get my body fit, toned, and even eat more healthier than I need just for winter to come in a blink of an eye. Well, with the year we previously had, I'm making sure that does not happen this summer. In fact, as long as I have Coors Light by my side, things will be okay. Coors Light, the official beer of slowing down summer. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. I mean, it's literally made to chill. We spent 9 months looking forward to this moment, especially with the past year we had. Everyone deserves to have fun. Chill and long-lasting summer, it's finally here. So this summer, open a Coors Light Mountain Cold refreshment and rediscover what makes summer so amazing. Because as the beer that's made to chill, we want you to savor every second of summer. Get Coors Light summer packaging straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Why is it that the oldest child grows up with the strict rules, but the younger ones always get away with everything? There's no way you would have been allowed to do that. It's like your parents are playing favorites. I know my eldest feels this way sometimes, and I can't even blame her, but I definitely assure her that I love her just as much as her sisters. Hindsight is 20/20, so it's always going to look unfair to the oldest. Being a parent is on-the-job training, so it's mistakes that we might have made with the oldest that we correct with the youngest, so it's going to always look to the oldest like she was being treated unfair. But I love them all the same. Shouldn't everyone get the same treatment? AT&T gets this, and that's why they've been giving all of their customers, both new and existing, the same great deals. Yep, everyone gets the best deals on every smartphone, no playing favorites. Whether you've been with AT&T for years or are just starting to think about switching, visit att.com/best deals to learn more. Restrictions and exceptions may apply. At State Farm, they focused on the belief that diversity makes safer, stronger, smarter neighborhoods where all are welcome. Neighborhoods that are reflective of the culture makers, shakers, and movers of tomorrow. To make a better world for our future generations, we must amplify, celebrate, and empower Black creators today. The Breakfast Club has been the most influential and trusted voice for the Black culture for a long time. Our stimulating conversations with different guests, ranging from politicians to music artists and cultural influences in between, allows us to continue to do the work and provide our listeners with authentic conversation and a different outlook on topics. And that's why State Farm is committed to providing services, platforms, and long-standing actions to help build strong neighborhoods for the Black community. State Farm knows that being good neighbors means uplifting communities wherever their customers find themselves. They don't just provide a policy, they provide a partner. Because with over 19,000 State Farm agents, they reflect the diversity of America. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass. This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
I just want to say good morning. Peace and blessings.
Quarter party guy, Sean
Stone.
Sean Stone.
Angela, why you keep on calling me porta potty guy?
I don't know.
Stone. Good morning, Charlamagne. How you doing, sir?
Peace, King. How are you, brother?
I'm blessed, man. Angela Yee, DJ Envy. Yo, who is this new guy called Red?
He's not a new guy. He's the board up. Okay?
Oh, why y'all couldn't hire me, man?
Because you don't know how to run the boards. It's not your area of expertise.
You don't know how to run the boards.
That's why I don't run them.
That's not his job.
I used to run them back in the day, though. When I first started in radio, I used to run boards. I don't run boards anymore.
Red don't know how to run the boards.
Dang, you think Red sucks at running the boards?
Yes. How many times he be messing up?
Damn.
He hasn't messed up that many times after the first couple of days. Why you hating on Red, though, man?
No, I'm
and
not
come on,
hating
Sean
on
Stone, you know it's a process because he actually has been working with us, but this is a different job for him, so you have to give people a little bit of time.
That's true. But listen, I have a friend, right, that really loves the show. Can I just give her a shout out?
Of course.
Red, why you hang up on that man like that?
That was whack. Envy did that. That was not Red. That was Envy. That was whack of you.
Rude.
Why would you hang up on that man? That was so corny just now. Why would you do that to that man?
That was Red.
Sean Stone, I want you to know that was DJ Envy. I don't know why he did that. That was so pointless.
Because he went at Red for no reason, man. We're a team. We stick together.
No, we don't. Okay. All right. You got to keep Red humble in these streets.
You got to keep Red humble.
All right.
Red ain't do nothing to nobody, man. Red ain't trying to grab a mic. Red just chilling, trying to do his board
Do
thing.
your job. That's right, Red. Do your job,
Leave Red
Red.
alone, man. Hello, who's this?
Yo, good morning. This is Will.
Will, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, man. I just want to just say that everything is going on good in my life, man. I just thank God for everything that He's doing, man. Also, there's a chance that I came on here before. I wanted you guys to, just to be honest and rate my song before, but I didn't get no feedback. But I also have another song I want to share with you guys.
All right, go ahead, brother.
It's a little off of something over here. It goes. It's a generation changer. It's something that I intend to be. Talking down all of my past where it don't get to be. Born to win. I'm born to shine. See me on your TV screen. Hustle in the streets. They're right. Hope they don't send it to me. Do the math. You know it ain't no subtracting me. Buy a bail. Call out my dogs. Disperse it easily. John Cena. Cartier shades. Ain't no secret. Good thumb in that. It's hard to get rid of me. Get it back in times about two. That profit industry.
What?
Dusty with the money. Them hoes wouldn't even look at me. Made a difference. Up my life. A young prodigy. Mama's smile is showing off her guns.
Oh, he was rapping?
Yeah, he was rapping.
Oh, I thought you was still just talking. I didn't know you was rapping.
Did he say something about his penis? Did you say something about your penis?
He said, good penis, thumbing her she can't get rid of me.
Yeah. but it's it's an acapella though. Like I said before.
So what, you want to have a career? You trying to rap? Like you want to make it?
Yeah, you don't think he was nice?
I mean, it's for them, but it's just it's a way that I can express myself and another way to be heard.
Hey man, whatever God got planned for you gonna happen, brother.
Yes, sir. Like I said before, I want you guys to rate my song. Just give your honest opinion.
Well, that's whatever God got planned for you gonna happen.
Yeah, but what you think about his song? You ain't tell him.
Whatever God got planned for you gonna happen, King.
Is that a good thing or bad?
Whatever God got planned for you gonna happen, my brother.
Good luck, Will.
Follow me on Instagram. My name is Cream Mo.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
At State Farm, they focused on the belief that diversity makes safer, stronger, smarter neighborhoods where all are welcome. Neighborhoods that are reflective of the culture makers, shakers, and movers of tomorrow. To make a better world for our future generations, we must amplify, celebrate, and empower Black creators today. The Breakfast Club has been the most influential and trusted voice for the Black culture for a long time. Our stimulating conversations with different guests, ranging from politicians to music artists and cultural influences in between, allows us to continue to do the work and provide our listeners with authentic conversation and a different outlook on topics. And that's why State Farm is committed to providing services, platforms, and long-standing actions to help build strong neighborhoods for the Black community. State Farm knows that being good neighbors means uplifting communities wherever their customers find themselves. They don't just provide a policy, they provide a partner. Because with over 19,000 State Farm agents, they reflect the diversity of America. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you One Tree Hill obsessed? Are Brooke, Peyton, and Haley your BFF goals? Join Sophia Bush, Hillary Burton, and Bethany Joy Lenz on the Drama Queens podcast to relive, relove, and rewatch every One Tree Hill minute.
There are no fans like One Tree Hill fans. There is no family like our family. So we got together to do a rewatch podcast to relive the show, as so many of you have.
Each week, Sophia, Hillary, and Bethany Joy dissect every episode and deliver every must-know detail.
I feel like it's a walk down memory lane that also might be a little bit of a stumble down memory lane.
I mean, we'll have cocktails sometimes, so we might leave stumbling.
I'm good with that.
The ups, the downs, the loves, the losses. Experience One Tree Hill all over again.
There's so much cool stuff to imagine for them, but before we can go forward, we gotta go back to the beginning.
You nailed it.
Listen to Drama Queens on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey friends, I'm Janet Varney, and I was the voice of Korra on The Legend of Korra.
And I'm Dante Bosco, the voice of Zuko on The Last Airbender.
And we're your hosts for Braving the Elements, Nickelodeon's podcast celebrating all things Avatarverse.
Whether you're a bender or a non-bender, everybody's welcome, even if you're not from the Fire Nation.
Listen to Avatar Braving the Elements on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Will you go penguin sledding with me?
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, DJ Envy, good morning. This is Anthony calling out of Brooklyn.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to, as best I can, encourage people to get this vaccine. We got to find the end of this road. I think a lot of these decisions that we're hearing are politically motivated. Wear your mask, don't wear your mask, get your vaccine, don't get your vaccine. Science has proven that it is working. It's theory and fear that I think are driving people not to get the vaccine, and we just need to push it. And, when you guys are out, talking in the morning, just encourage people. And if there's any mixed messages, just kind of hold it back, because a lot of people are sitting back and are confused. And I think that we just need to really promote this vaccine and get it out there.
I don't agree with you. I think everybody should make their own personal decision and their own personal choices. I do think everybody should wear a mask and social distance. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means, but I'm not going to just, tell people to go get something that, I'm not sure of myself. I think it's perfectly fine for some of us to still be confused. That's why the experts are here to tell us the right information so we're not confused.
And I think they are putting it out there. But, when I'm at my workplace and, I have maybe more than half of my staff that hasn't gotten their vaccine, I feel like it just creates an unsafe work environment for a lot of us. And maybe it's fear-driven for me to want people to get it, but I'm just, I think it's the right thing to get it.
I'm not mad at you for your opinion. And you shouldn't be mad at anybody else's for theirs.
And I'm not
mad at I don't think it's about being mad at anybody. I would encourage people. I think it was a good idea for myself to get the vaccine. If someone asked me my opinion, yes, I would say you should get the vaccine. Now, I'm not going to call you stupid if you don't, but
right.
If you want my opinion, I would encourage people to get it.
Exactly. I'm not mad at anybody. I just think that we should encourage folks to get it. That's all.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hello, who's this?
This is Lazy Cos calling out of Newark, New Jersey.
What's your name? Brother? Lazy what?
Lazy Cos.
Lazy Cos.
Yeah, they call me that because I'm laid back. I have a laid back swagger, so
Yes, sir.
All right, well, get it off your chest, brother.
Well, I got the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is D. Mace. We've been together for 8 years. She got 2 beautiful sons. I'm their, basically like their role model. And we got an anniversary coming up. And I just want to tell her how much I love her. We both listen to y'all's show at the same time every day.
Tell her thank you. We appreciate y'all, man.
I also want to shout out to her youngest son, HK 135th. That's his stage name, because he got some music that he's trying to promote, and he wanted me to get on the radio for him. So I've been trying every morning for like 2 weeks. So, but you guys can hit him up at Instagram at HK135th, and he got his music, his album expanded, streaming on all platforms, TikTok, iTunes.
Okay, all right, brother.
Spotify.
This promo sound wild lazy, bro.
It does sound lazy. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Rumors are up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Netflix, Facebook, and Google are requiring vaccinations for employees and actors. They sent an email reportedly to employees saying that they were delaying their full office return to October 18th because of the recent Delta spikes. And that's Google's CEO. And he said that anybody coming back to work in the office after that would have to be vaccinated and show proof. So whether or not you can work from home part-time, because they had said they would allow that back in December at Google, we don't know if that's still in play. Now, Facebook said they'd be doing the same thing soon. They confirmed that employees looking to come work at U.S. offices going forward would need to prove they've gotten a shot. And if you haven't been vaccinated and say that medical and or other reasons, they will consider that and evaluate that before moving forward. And Netflix this week also reportedly told their in-house production teams and partners that folks working in Zone A, which is actors and those in close proximity to them, would be required to be vaccinated.
No, they have the right to do that. That's their companies. I wonder will they continue to give their employees the option to work at home, though?
For how long?
Well, actors can't really work at home at Netflix, so that's and production teams. So yeah, but we don't know about Google and Facebook, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Lizzo has been responding to rumors. I didn't even know this rumor, but she was talking about one rumor about her that really bothers her, so she responded in a video on TikTok.
So I've seen a lot of annoying things about me on the internet, but the thing that bothers me the most is this rumor that I stage dived at a concert and killed somebody. Like, that rumor, it's a lie, first of all. I've never stage dived in my life. And bitch, kill somebody? Y'all really gonna put that on my mother name? Like, I know I'm big, but bitch, I'm not that big.
That's hilarious.
My goodness.
I wonder
and she dived onto the bed after she did that.
I wonder what's the trigger there. Is it the weight, the fact that they said she killed someone, or the fact that people would believe such a foolish rumor? Do you realize if that was a real rumor, that would be everywhere?
Everywhere. Maybe all of the above.
Like, come on, bro.
I think she was just being funny, though, because then the way she stage dived onto the bed, afterwards. So she was making fun of that rumor in particular. All right, now Rihanna is teasing her new Fenty perfume. She does everything, okay? Lingerie, skincare, makeup. Now she has Fenty Parfum, and she posted pictures on social media, black and white pictures, and said that it's coming soon. I know that's going to smell good. So we definitely support all of that. And she also trademarked Fenty hair, so I'm sure that's coming soon as well. Now, Kyrie Irving doesn't like his new Nike signature shoe. Did you guys see what the shoes look like?
I saw the bottom of them.
I did not. What does it look like?
Well, there were some leaked photos of this shoe. It's not that appealing looking, and apparently Kyrie agrees. He said, I have nothing to do with the design or marketing of the upcoming Kyrie 8. In my opinion, these are trash. I have absolutely nothing to do with them. Nike plans to release it without my okay, regardless of what I say. So I apologize in advance to all my sneakerheads and true supporters.
Now, the kids love Kyrie Irving. That's like the number one basketball shoe for kids to wear to play basketball. They wear Kyrie Irvings.
Well, how does that happen, though? Did Nike not reach out to him and his team? Like, how did that not happen? Did Kyrie not answer the phone? Did his agent not answer the phone?
He's probably not involved in the designing. They just put your name on it, pay you a bunch of money, and say it's the Kyrie Irvings. And because there's no way, if he had control, they would be able to put a shoe out that he
once again, how did that happen? You're Kyrie Irving. Like, shouldn't you have a say in what your shoe looks like?
Yes.
I would think so,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe there's deadlines they had to reach and he didn't approve. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what his deal looks like, but I know he don't like this new one. All right, and in good news, Kyrie Irving has helped build a solar water center in Pakistan, and he used his family foundation in partnership with the Pani Project, which is a volunteer-run nonprofit organization in Pakistan. Now, they posted this center is providing over 1,000 villagers access to clean, healthy water, facilitating farming for families, and providing light to women and children. If you're looking for a new team to cheer for, we highly recommend Mr. Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. They posted that on Twitter. So
Dope.
You know what a privilege it is to have clean water. Imagine not having access to that on a daily basis. A lot of communities all over the world have issues being able to acquire fresh water. So that is amazing for them.
Now, those are the kind of stories I like to hear. Drop on the clues bombs for Kyrie Irving for that. Okay.
Another good story. Let's talk about Trey the Truth. He helped a Houston student who was selling water to buy some clothes for school. Now, he called on his followers to help get into contact with Jadine Buckley. He was a teenage boy. He spent weeks selling water to try to raise money for school clothes. They shared his efforts on a Facebook post that eventually went viral. The post said, please stop by and buy a bottled water or donate to him. He's a really sweet kid. In a world where so many of our youth choose to rob and steal, he has chosen a different path. Let's make sure he has everything he needs to be successful this school year. Trey the Truth caught wind of it and called on Jadine and got in contact with him. And he posted a picture with him. We got to see him shopping and all of that. So that's
I
really
love
dope.
it. Dropping the clues bombs to the guy, Trey the Truth. Love it.
Trey.
We love these positive stories. And Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars looks like Silk Sonic has another song. By the way, Leave the Door Open still rocks. That song came out in March, and it's still like a poppin' song. So I cannot wait to hear what they have next. But they did post Summertime Jam this Friday. So a lot of people are speculating it's going to be a new song coming out on Friday.
I like how they not rushing. I like how they didn't rush out and put a whole Silk Sonic project out. They let the Leave the Door Open, cook for a while. Now they coming with something different. I like the fact that they're making people wait.
Yeah, Leave the Door Open is still number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, even though it debuted at number 1 5 months ago.
I love it. What's the rush?
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. We got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Man, I hate in the news a lot of times. Most of the time, it's not anything positive. And we're going to talk about a Colorado police officer who has been arrested. Video showed him using his pistol to beat a man that he was taking into custody.
All right. And also next hour, the legends, the icons.
Understatement.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will be joining
We're not
us.
even calling, it's not Throwback Thursday. This is Timeless Thursdays.
That's right. So after front page news, we're going to kick it with them. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is Bamboozled by Jesus, actress and comedian Yvonne Orji's inspiring and laugh-out-loud funny memoir about how her family's faith helped her reach her dreams in the most unexpected ways. Your first 30 days of Audible are free when you sign up at audible.com/Breakfast Club.
Hey, morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Where we starting, Yee?
Well, this story was really difficult to watch, and there's body cam footage that has been released, but 2 Colorado officers have been arrested after one of those officers did hit a suspect with a gun. They have not identified this suspect, but the officer is John Hobart, and that's in Aurora, Colorado. That's also the same place with Elijah McClain, where Elijah McClain was killed in 2019, a 23-year-old black man who was put into a neck hold. Now, in this confrontation, the officers were responding to a trespassing report, and there were 3 people at the scene. One person did stay and put his hands up and did everything that he was supposed to do. And unfortunately, things went really left to him. There's video where you can see Officer Hobart is yelling at him, and he pistol whipped him. He actually gave him such serious injuries where he had welts, a cut on his head that required 6 stitches. Here's what happened.
Whoa, get out. Whoa, what did I do? Stay down. Whoa, what the hell did I do, dude? Roll over on your face. Roll over on your stomach. What did I do? Roll over on your stomach. Okay, bro, don't shoot me, man. Get on your stomach. What did I do? Hands all the way out. I can't breathe, dude. Hands all the way out in front of you. Okay. Dude, you have a gun pointed straight at your head. I don't have a gun. Why am I going in cuffs?
Stop.
Why am I going in cuffs?
You have a warrant.
No, I don't. You guys have the wrong guy.
Stop fighting.
I don't.
Stop fighting.
Help! Help!
Yo, that is so crazy.
Now you hear the other officer, Francine Martinez, who showed up. She's accused of not intervening to try to stop Hobart. And so, they have a law there where you have to actually intervene as a police officer when you see something like that happening and when you see this aggressive behavior. And so they both had to turn themselves in. So the law does require officers to intervene when you see excessive force and report it to superiors.
So we should call them suspects now then.
Yeah.
You should be calling we should be calling
Hobart is under
suspects.
investigation for attempted first-degree assault, second-degree assault, felony menacing, and that's according to arrest warrant affidavits. This is difficult to listen to, really difficult to watch.
Bro, I don't have no warrant, bro.
Get on your face.
Bro, I don't have
On your face.
I don't have a warrant, dude.
Get on your face.
Okay.
Get on your
You're
face.
killing me.
On your face.
You're killing me, bro. I can't go to jail for stuff I didn't do.
Turn over.
No. move, I will shoot you.
So let me explain it for people that don't see. I'm watching the video now. So first of all, he had his face in rocks. So it wasn't like, he was turned over in the grass. No, his face was in rocks. Like, the rocks around trees and the landscape and rocks. His face was dead in the rocks. His boys ran. He didn't move. It's not like he ran and he was he did not move. He stayed there. What's the problem? They threw him on his face. They pistol whipped him. I've never seen a cop pistol whip somebody. That's crazy. Like blood coming, like Glock to the forehead. Pistol whip. It's the craziest thing. And there's 3 cops on one. So it's not like they were, had to do it they had it under control.
Well, what do you say at this point? No legislation is being passed to prevent things like, this from happening. You can't rely on officers to just be good humans and do the right thing because many of them don't look at the people they are apprehending as humans. So what do you do? I don't have any answers. I'm tired of, stating the obvious and saying, oh, that's wrong. Like, we know that already.
They choking him out. They have, oh my gosh, they're choking this man out.
Yeah,
it is crazy. He can't breathe. He's saying, I can't breathe. Like, he's bleeding from the head from the pistol whip. Is pistol whip a new move? Like, is that allowed? I've never seen it or heard of that before in my life.
Sad part about it is I'd rather him get pistol whipped than get shot and killed. Because that's usually what they do.
I mean, if there's an option between both, yeah.
I would, that's the sad part, right? The sad part is if you see a person get pistol whipped, it seems like a person of color. If you see him get pistol whipped by police, you're like, well, at least you didn't shoot him and kill him. That shouldn't be the bar, right?
At all.
That's crazy.
All right, and that is your front page news.
All right. And I wonder, as if that's your partner, and you see your partner losing control, pistol whipping somebody, you just don't stop?
Well, that's why salute to Carrier Horn. That's why Carrier Horn is a hero. Drop on the clues bombs with Carrier Horn out there in Buffalo.
That's right. Shout out to Carrier Horn. All right. Well, clear your mind. All right. Now, when we come back, icons, legends will be joining us.
Man.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
This is not Throwback Thursday. This Timeless Thursday right here.
I fanned out.
All right. And we're going to talk to them next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
Some icons, some legends.
Man.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Welcome, brothers.
Thank you, man. What's up? Nice
man,
to
how
be
many
here.
black suit shades and hats do you own, man?
Closet full, brother. Closet full, man.
The closet full.
Now, you guys written and produced for so many people in the industry, so I want to start from the beginning for people that don't know who Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is and how y'all got started. So how did y'all get into the industry with producing and writing? How did y'all get together?
And before you say that, I want to say people definitely know your work, and you guys were like the soundtrack to our lives in here. So
thank you.
I just want to thank you all for that. We're excited to have you.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to be here. This is a legendary show, and we're proud to be a part of it.
Now, when a legend says this is a legendary show, it means something.
It's a legendary show.
Okay.
This is a legendary show.
We got to look at their other interviews, make sure they didn't say that anywhere.
So how did y'all get started from the beginning? What got y'all into music? How did y'all meet?
When we met, I'll tell you, the first time I saw Terry Lewis, it was love at first sight. He was sitting, we were staying in dorm rooms, right? So Terry's sitting on the bed with a red, black, and green bass, and he's playing Kool and the Gang bass parts, right? And I'm like going, who's this brother? I got to get to know this dude. And I think he had the same feeling about me. He heard me playing the piano in the lunchroom, and he was like, oh, who's that dude?
Yeah, swooning a bunch of girls.
Yeah, allegedly.
Were you guys in competition at first, or was it always friendly?
Well, what was funny was at the end of the year, we ended up playing. Terry was the one, I was a drummer at first, and Terry was the one that got me into playing keyboards because my dad played keyboards. He said, your dad plays keyboards, play keyboards. I'm like, cool. So I did it. But after that, we each put our own bands together. Right. We used to do Battle of the Bands all the time. And, there'd be Terry's band would kick my band's ass, and then the next time, my band would kick his ass. And it's like we were watching each other, but we were admiring each other. Even though we were competitive, we were like, nah, but we should just join up and do something. And that's what finally happened.
And when did you guys start producing for other artists? When did that come? When did artists start calling and it became a thing like, I need this record from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis?
Well, nobody really called us. That was the interesting thing. So on the tour we were on, Terry said, I'm going to L.A., who's coming with me? And I said, I'll go. And we ended up in the studio on this session for, I don't know, $50. I don't know what they paid us. Not a lot of money.
Yeah,
but it was
some chicken.
Yeah, we bought some Goldberg chicken. Two-piece, $2.99, four-piece, special every day.
Yeah, and a strawberry.
And a strawberry, yeah. I mean, we didn't have any money, but it didn't matter. We figured it out. We got ourselves a little 4-track. We did some little demo stuff. But we got in the studio, and we did this song called Bad Times. And that record actually, to this day, is like one of the biggest records that we ever did that nobody knows we did. But that was the thing that kind of got us started. And we kind of did a little.
Times?
Yeah. I can't stand it. You can't stand it.
Okay.
Club record.
Yeah, club record. So we did that record. We worked with Ice-T. Ice-T was one of the first people we worked with. Cold with Madness. And the first call we actually got was Climax, the group Climax.
Oh, I love Climax.
Yeah.
You think Morris Day's legacy gets overshadowed by y'all and Prince?
I don't think you can overshadow Morris Day, man. You know, especially with Purple Rain, man. Him and Jerome together, man, is just outstanding.
And he's on your debut album.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That don't even sound right.
I know, right?
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis debut album in 2021.
Yeah.
What took y'all so long, I guess, to do a debut album?
Well, the story goes like this. Back when we were doing Control, which is 35 years old.
Classic.
Thank you. We were working on the Control album, but before we were working on the Control album, we had started a Jam and Lewis album. So the idea was we were going to do our own album. Then we got, they gave us the A&M roster, a guy named John McClain, who was the A&R person. He gave us a roster. Who do you want to produce on A&M? And we both said Janet. We want to do Janet. He said, you want to do a couple songs? We said, no, we want to do the whole album. He said, really? Okay, cool, right? So she comes up to Minneapolis. We do the whole Control album. He comes up, and like all A&R people, he listens to everything. We play him Nasty and When I Think of You and Control and Pleasure Principle, right? We're playing Funny How Time Flies, Let's Wait a While.
You wrote and produced.
Like when I say a classic album to this day,
so
you can still rock that and watch the videos.
Right. So we're playing all this stuff and we're going, okay, John, we're good, right? And he goes, like all A&R people, he goes, I just need one more. Like, what are you talking about, man? He said, I just need one more song. We said, nah, forget you. So we hop in the car and we're going to go grab a bite to eat. We put a cassette in and he goes, John, listen to this. This is some stuff from our album. And it was just tracks, right? And we're all grooving. About third song in, he goes, that's the one I need for Janet. We said, what are you talking about, John? He said, man, give that to Janet. If she likes it, give it to her. We're like, what are you talking about? So the next day we go to the studio. Janet comes in. She's just sitting on the couch watching TV. We just put the song on. We didn't say anything. So we're watching her groove. She walks to the door. She kind of points to us. When the song goes off, she goes, who's that for? And we said, you if you want it. She said, oh, I want it. That song became What Have You Done For Me Lately?
I know he used to do nice stuff for you.
But what has he done for you lately?
We was just arguing about that album. What was it on social media a few months ago? Control versus Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I might lean towards Control.
Yeah.
I know Thriller's 75 million sold. I'm just talking about musically. I might lean towards
And I think
Control.
for me as a woman, definitely Control.
What was the mindset when y'all did Control? Was there something in your mind was saying this is Michael's sister, so we have to make sure she's on par?
No, it was more like who Janet was. We always saw her as a little feisty entity, and when you saw her with the brothers, she was always really feisty, hand on her hip. And we wanted to bring that out in the music because that hadn't happened so far.
How do y'all stay so relevant, right? And the reason I say that is y'all been producing since the 80s to now. And you don't see that with no producers and no writers. You guys have been able to evolve. You keep your sounds. How do you keep your ears to, I want to say the streets or the clubs, or how do you keep your ears so relevant?
Our thing was, when we did our very first interview, when Control happened, we did a local interview with the paper up there, and the guy who was asking the questions, first thing he said is, man, y'all the hottest producers, man. How's that feel, man, to be the hottest producers? And we said, well, we really don't want to be the hottest producers. We want to just be warm for a long time. So when we said that, we meant that. We meant that the decisions we were going to make wasn't about trying to be hot or trendy or anything like that. It's like just try to make good music and try to do it for a long time. And by giving everybody their own sound rather than depending on one sound, that was part of the plan, and that was kind of the goal. But it was funny because a few years back when we did the Unbreakable album with Janet, that album opened at #1 and No Sleep was #1 for like 12 weeks or something, a single. And we asked us, the same dude asked us the same question. He said, man, you guys been around for 4 decades, man. You had #1s in 4 decades. How's that feel? And we said, remember what we told you the first time?
Wow.
Warm for a long time.
This generation will never understand that. This instant gratification era, they want to be hot for the moment.
Yeah.
You know, they'll never understand that.
How many people tried to get over on y'all? 2 brothers that's producing these hits and was like, oh, they don't know. Try to give y'all oddball deals or lowball numbers. How many people try to get over on y'all in this industry?
Man, in the beginning, everybody.
Yeah.
So you just throw the contract behind the bed, man. Paying attention to that.
But the important thing for us that we had in our careers, besides common sense, I think we had a lot of that.
Yeah, that got us to Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence Avant.
Yeah.
Clarence Avant.
The
when
legend.
we met Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather, when we met Clarence, Clarence told us actually that the contract that our manager at the time was trying to negotiate for us to do the SOS band, and he said, now your manager wants this money for the SOS band, and we were like, oh, we can cut the budget, whatever you need. He says, cut the budget. He said, there's not enough money in here. You realize you got to fly to Atlanta to do the project, and you're going to need the studio time, and you're going to need whatever. He said, I'm going to pay you this because this is fair. So he actually paid us more than we were asking for.
Wow.
And that's how we knew. We said, oh, right, this brother's got some different things. But he also told us a whole lot of great just life lessons about helping people out. He said, if you ever see anybody that needs my help, let them know. And the people we ended up helping out was LA and Babyface, who everybody thought was our, our competition. And maybe they were. We didn't think of it like that. We thought of, here's two brothers that need Clarence's help. And LA said, would you introduce us? And we said, absolutely. So we did. So those are the kind of lessons that Clarence taught us. Besides getting our business right, he definitely taught us life lessons.
How important is Clarence Avant? Because he's one of my top 4 inspirations, period. But how important is he to y'all and just the industry, period?
He's at the top of every list, especially for black people. Any deal that happened for any black person, whether it be Berry Gordy, whether it be Dick Griffey, Clarence has always been involved with all those deals.
Everybody.
Because he would untangle the mess because he had enough reach in relationships.
All right, we got more with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Yee.
Now, flashing back to the SOS band, when you guys went to work with them, that's how you ended up getting fired by Prince.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So was that devastating for you at the time? Because
it was the worst day of our life.
Let's talk about it. It was a blizzard, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a blizzard. Well, no, it wasn't no blizzard. That's the funny thing.
Everybody keeps saying it was a blizzard.
No,
he kicked your ass in a blizzard.
It was a blizzard in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was, but we're from Minnesota, so for us, it was like what they call a dusting of snow.
Oh, got it.
When it snows a little bit, and you could just take the broom and sweep it off. That's what it was.
They're not used to that.
Close the whole airport down. We were trying to get on any plane to get out. We didn't even care where the plane was going. Like, just get us out of Atlanta so we can connect and try to get to San Antonio where the next time gig was. And at a certain point, we realized we weren't going to make it. But we had never missed a gig in our life. So for us to miss a gig, that was devastating enough. Plus, we knew Prince was going to find out about it. So the day we get fired, right, we're at the studio thinking we're going to work on the Next Time album. Prince fires us. That same night, we had booked time to mix SOS Band. And so we said, okay, so after he fired us, we were like, okay, so we go to the other studio. We walk in.
Well, how did he fire you first? Did he call?
No, he said, no, okay, so he called us to Sunset Sound. He said, I told you guys not to produce other acts, and you produced the SOS Band, so you're fired. And I was like, cool. And I got up. I was out because it was nothing. I didn't feel there was anything I could say. Terry stayed in there for a little while and tried to reason with him.
What you say, Terry?
I was like, fired us for that? Like, all we're trying to do is better ourselves. We have, talents that we want to let people share, and when you try to make sense out of nonsense, you're stupid too. So that conversation went nowhere. So finally, I got up and left too. We was outside kicking rocks.
Why did he think that was fair? God bless the dead. Why did he think that was fair to have y'all not produce for anybody else? What was his reasoning?
His reasoning was to control everything.
And he didn't want us to give away the time sound, but we weren't doing that. That was exactly what we weren't doing. There were records we would work on and somebody would say, man, use that synthesizer like on, and we'd be like, no. But the thing was, so after we kicked rocks, we go over to this studio called Larrabee, and Steve Hodge was the engineer. And the only reason we knew Steve Hodge was looking on liner notes on the back of albums. Steve Hodge had done all the Solar Records stuff, so the Whispers and Shalimar and Lakeside and all that stuff. We were like, that's the dude we want to mix our stuff. So we walk into the studio. We'd never met him. We said, hey, Steve. He says, hey, nice to meet you guys. He says, what's wrong with you guys? And we said, oh, we just got fired from the time. He said, oh, man. He said, well, now, I don't know. I don't think you guys have anything to worry about. He said, because this one here is a smash. And he hit play, and Just Be Good to Me comes on, blasting out these speakers with his mix.
Love that song.
Wow. And we were like, okay. So it was crazy, man. It was like Hollywood. It was like the Hollywood ending. And actually, he was bluffing. He didn't really fire us. That's the funny thing. Because we would go to the accountant every week and still pick up our checks.
Oh, so okay.
So he never really fired us. But what he did was he tried to scare us, basically, right?
Right.
So, of course, when it wasn't happening, then he tried to divide and conquer us. So he had Jelly Bean Johnson, the drummer in the time, who was probably the only person I know, probably known Terry longer than me. He had Jelly Bean call Terry. And Jelly Bean's like, hey, Prince wants you back, man. And Terry's like Terry's on the phone, right? And Terry goes, yeah, okay, cool. All right, yeah, what are y'all doing? Okay, Purple Rain, okay, cool. What about Jam? And Jelly Bean said, oh, he done want Jam back.
Mm-mm.
Terry, I swear to God, the phone disintegrated in his hand. You tell that little... I was like, Terry, no, it's cool, man, it's cool. Make the movie, man, it's all good, man. He said, no. Like, it was like that. And that was it. And we did this. We shook hands. We said 50-50.
I love it.
And that's it. And that's the foundation of our relationship.
How was the relationship with Prince after that?
Well, it was pretty sketchy for a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But over the years we got our relationship back together, and he's a great friend, man. I love that man.
Mm-hmm. And he was proud of us too.
Yeah. And once you become a boss, you start to understand the dynamics of why people make decisions.
Right.
Whether you agree or not, that's another thing.
Out of all the artists you guys work with, who is some of the craziest studio stories?
The best studio story I think we probably have is when we were working with Michael and Janet on Scream.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. We flew to New York to do it, and we were set up at Hit Factory. Michael walks in the studio, looking very Michael Jackson-ish. And the plan was Michael was going to go sing his vocal, and then Janet was going to do the vocal after, right? So Michael walks in all mild-mannered and stuff. He walks in the studio. He says, hi, guys. How's everybody? Good. Okay, I'm going to go in and put the headphones on, and then, all right, we'll do. Okay, great. And as soon as the song starts, he goes into Michael Jackson mode, like it was superhero mode. Mm-hmm. He's like, dow! He's dancing and stomping his feet and clapping and snapping, right? Me and Terry are like some girls, man.
And this is the first time you work with Michael.
Yes. This is the first time we ever worked with him.
Go into fan mode, boy.
We went into full fan mode, and for the next 4 minutes, from start to finish, he sings the song. When the song ends, we're just sitting at the board. We're just sitting there. And he goes, how was that? And we're like, yeah, Mike. Yeah, that's good. And he goes, you want me to try it again? yeah, Mike. Yeah, give it another try. And Janet comes in between us, and she just goes, I'll do my vocal in Minneapolis. Wow. She wanted no part of following that thing. Right. So Michael does his whole vocal, kills it, and then he comes in, he says, okay, Jan, you're going up next, right? And Janet's like, no, Mike, I think I'm gonna do my vocal in Minneapolis, right? So she goes to Minneapolis. This is the end of the story. She goes to Minneapolis to do the vocal. She kills it. We send Michael the vocal, and we go, Mike, how's it sound? He goes, Jan sounds really good. Where'd she do that vocal? I said Minneapolis. Oh, I'm coming to Minneapolis.
Wow. Really?
So even though that's his sister, he's still competitive. He's like, no, I'm gonna get my vocal even better.
Now, how did Prince feel about Michael pulling up to the crib? Did you have to call Prince to get clearance? For Michael into Minneapolis?
I think he liked the song. I heard the Control album, I think it was. I remember he drove to my house and threw the CD out the window.
Mm-hmm. Prince?
Like, yeah. Because and
pretty petty, right?
Yeah. And he used to do What Have You Done For Me Lately in his concerts. He used to do What Have You Done For Me Lately, and he'd go, this is my song. I wrote this song.
So why did he throw the CD out the window? I don't know if that's an act of love from Prince, or was he being disrespectful? I don't know.
Yeah, it was, an attempt to be disrespectful, but like...
Did y'all ever fight Prince? It seemed like y'all had to get through blows at least one time.
Never.
We never fought, Got close.
Yeah.
But never got there.
Was there ever a real issue between Prince and Michael? Was that a real rivalry, or?
It's just rivalry, man. That was back in the day where everything was healthy rivalry. Every artist was against every artist. When you get on the stage, it's my stage.
Yes.
So, these are the two biggest black artists in the world. Like, there's going to be a little rub. It wasn't going to be no kumbaya.
To this day, it's Prince versus Michael Jackson. What do you guys say when you get asked?
For me, I always got to go with Prince simply because Prince was a musician.
And the songwriting, because he wrote so many songs for other people, too.
Yes. Oh, come on. The time Prince wrote those songs. Prince and Morris wrote those songs in the time. So when you talk about Cool and Get It Up and all those songs, Prince wrote those songs. Almost like he was more than one person. He had multiple personalities. And the time was his outlet to do his funk, stuff.
Yeah, people will probably get upset about this, but it's really not as close as people like to make it seem. You know what I mean? Prince and Stevie Wonder are in the same tier to me.
It's a musician.
You know what I mean? As far as musicianship, artistship, and Michael's, he's great, but different level when you can actually play instruments and stuff like that.
It's a different relationship to me that you have. We always say a different relationship with the notes that you have. Well, we always talk about that with with her, the artist Her, that we love so much. Because if you think about when we met her for the first time, she said, I want to get better on playing the bass and the guitar and the keyboards and the drums. Like, I want to play all that stuff. And we were like, okay, cool. That's great. This was 2-3 years ago, man. And she's done it. You know, she came down on a drum set, hopped on the guitar, hopped on the keyboard. Like, that's the kind of stuff that Prince would do.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Yee.
Now, let's talk about New Edition for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys watched the series, the New Edition docu-series they did.
We did the music for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
of course.
we worked on it, yeah.
And so what was it like incorporating Johnny Gill into New Edition? How was that?
That was really interesting because the reason that Johnny Gill got incorporated at the very beginning was because Gerald Busby, who was the executive at the time at MCA and Motown, he said, I'm looking for a singer. I want to sign a singer. Who do you guys think I should sign? And he had a bunch of different singers he was trying to sign. And we said, what about Johnny Gill? And he said, Johnny Gill? And we said, yeah, he's young. He's got a great voice, you know, whatever. And he said, well, if I sign Johnny Gill, will you guys produce the record? And we said, yeah. And so anyway, he signed Johnny Gill. Now, we thought that was it. We thought we were just going to do a solo record with Johnny. But then at a concert or somewhere, he was like, yeah, I'm in New Edition now. We were like, what? How'd that happen? So when they all came to Minneapolis to do the Heartbreak album, what we knew was a couple of the guys in the band, they didn't want Johnny. A couple of the people wanted Johnny. And we knew before we could even start any sort of creative anything, we needed to clear the air on that. So we got in our conference room, and Johnny was sitting at the head of the table, and we just said to Johnny, here's the deal, Johnny. You're not going to sing any songs on the album because this is Ralph's group, and that's the sound that everybody knows, and that's what it's going to be. So how you feel about that? And we didn't know what he was going to say, but Johnny said, hey, I'm cool, man. I'm a team player, man. Whatever you need, I'll do whatever it is. Well, as soon as he said that, everything in the room was cool. And actually, Ralph and Johnny turned into like the Mutual Admiration Society because Ralph would go in and sing like every background part, and then everybody would just kind of copy his backgrounds. But he'd go in for hours and, 6 hours and just do backgrounds. And Johnny would sit with us at the board and just go, man, how's he do that? I don't get that. And then Johnny would go in and do his thing, and he'd be quick. He'd be like a half hour maybe, but do his thing. And Ralph would go, man, I don't know how he does that. So it turned into a Mutual Admiration Society, and that's why that record got done. And then even in the way we laid the singles out, we did If It Isn't Love as the first single because that was the most New Edition sounding record. And you don't even hear Johnny on that record. He's on there, but you don't really hear him. But then the next record, Not My Kind of Girl, all of a sudden you hear a little bit of Johnny in there. But then the one that drove it home was Can You Stand the Rain? And that was based on, there was a stylistic song, You Make Me Feel Brand New. And I remember hearing that song for the first time, and the guy came in singing, My Love, oh, na, 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 and I'm like going, who is this? And then Russell Tompkins, the lead singer, came in, Only You. And I said, oh, it's the Stylistics. So we thought that's the way to introduce Johnny. So On a Perfect Day, right, you hear Johnny and you're like going, who is this? And then as soon as you hear, 'Cause I Need Somebody, you go, oh, Ralph, oh, it's New Edition. So it was kind of a three-piece prong to get him in and to integrate him in, and the rest is history from there.
I just got chills, man. Y'all could produce If It Isn't Love and You Can Stand the Rain. Like, how does that make y'all feel when y'all just out? Like, those are black music staples.
Man, I don't even know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
Because, we're always trying to move to the future.
To the next thing.
What's next, man? You can't live you say only as good as your next one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this debut album for a second now.
I love a debut album.
That sounds so good.
It is what it is. It's volume 1, so does that mean there's a volume 2 coming also?
Yeah.
And how long have some of these songs been in the stash? How many are new? Like, let's talk about it.
The songs are all timeless songs. It's not when they begin, it's when they finish. And now was the time to finish them. We want to try to leave music in a better place if we can. And this is the way we're going to do it. Let's do this album through elevating these artists by making people fall back in love with these artists again, remind them of their greatness, but also remind the artists themselves of their greatness. It was really cool when we did the Babyface record. Like he said, you guys produce it. I'm going to help you write it, but you guys produce it. And so I realized when he heard it for the first time and it was done, he was like, man, it sounds really good. And we said, yeah. He said, no, it sounds really good. We said, your Babyface, what do you think it's going to sound like? But he had never heard himself just as an artist without having to do all the thinking.
Wow.
And as we said, hearing the mistakes.
Wow.
He could just hear himself and appreciate it the way that people appreciate his talent. So I think all of the artists we were able to kind of give that to. Mary called me and was because Terry worked her to death on the vocal on Spinning on our album, the song Spinning, and she said, "You tell Terry Lewis he killed me on that vocal, but that vocal sounds great. I love that. That's my best vocal," that kind of thing. But that's been the reaction from the artists. They've actually felt back in love with themselves, which we think is really important.
Do younger people in the industry seek y'all counsel?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I would think y'all phone would be ringing all the time.
Not really. We're happy to speak to whoever. I think that's and by the way, that's one of the things, like I said earlier, that Clarence taught us. It's like if you can help people, give them advice or show them the way, or make the way clearer for them, you got to do that. That's really important to do. And he planted so many seeds in us, about that we love doing that. And I always say there will never be another Clarence Avant, but there will be a lot of Clarence Avant type people because of the lessons that he did. It won't just be in one man, it will be in the community of people, will be the Clarence. So we're just a piece of that. And where we can help out, we definitely do. But no, we don't. Every once in a while we'll get, somebody will call us and say, "Hey, can you give me some advice on this?" But it doesn't happen a whole lot.
Man, I had lunch with him earlier this year for a few hours, man. I love that brother.
Oh, there's nobody better, man.
At all. My last question, because I know how we look at y'all, icons, legends, all of that seems like understatements. How do Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis see themselves?
I don't know. We're just
just two guys making some music, man, doing what we love, man.
Yeah.
It's like you never do this for accolades.
I always say that people talk about favorite songs all the time. What's your favorite song? And the thing I always say, I don't like to use the word favorite because there's a lot of things that could be favorite. But I always say the song for us, there's two songs that are really important in our lives. Mm-hmm. And I always say that it's a time capsule song. Like if you were going to put a time capsule down, write Jam and Lewis on it, and 100 years later some aliens come down or whoever, they open it up, what would that song be? For us, it would be Optimistic by the Sounds of Black.
Ooh.
Because
I listen to that song 3 times a week.
Yeah. But that's exactly it. But that's why. And that's not about us. God wrote that song. He gave us the pen.
And that's relevant at any time for
right.
anybody, no matter what's going on in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, and 1B is Open My Heart.
Yeah, Yolanda Adams. That's 1B. So it's like the fact that we had something to do with those songs, forget that we had anything to do with those songs. If those songs make you feel something where you need to get to, whether it's to cry, whether it's to rejoice, whatever that is, that to me is who we are. So we don't look at ourselves any different. We're just two people out here having fun and enjoying each other.
I make my daughter listen to that song. 4th of July weekend, we on the roof in Isle of Palms. It's me and a bunch of my friends, and we listening to Optimistic Sounds of Blackness, and I'm drunk, and I'm like, that's the problem. Everybody's looking down at their phones. That's why y'all depressed. That's why y'all got anxiety. That's why y'all such pessimists. You got to keep your head to the sky. That's how you stay optimistic.
Yep.
That one line, just keep your head to the sky. Yeah. They can get anything past us now because everybody's looking down.
Yeah, very true.
Let's get into a record. What y'all want to hear?
Oh, man, this was a great
album.
conversation, man.
Yeah,
when you talk to brothers like y'all, or even a Clarence Avant, like the divine art is the right term because you feel God. Like it's more than music. It's more than production. Like y'all came here and really fulfilled y'all purpose in the world in a real way and empowered so many people and poured into so many people, man. So this is just an honor to talk to y'all, man.
Appreciate you, brothers. Absolutely.
It's an honor to talk to y'all.
It is, absolutely.
We're fans of y'all. We're fans of the show. It's such an honor to be here. And I always say at this point in our lives, there's less first times that can happen. So for us to be at our advanced stage and to have first time on the Breakfast Club, first time having a #1 debut album, first time having a Jam and Lewis album, period. Like that's all new stuff for us. And we really appreciate the opportunity to come.
Well, we love to help artists on the come up, First time.
I'm feeling good then.
Hey, man. I told them, I said, we want to be the oldest, best new artist at the Grammys. And they said, well, you already won Grammys, so you're ineligible. I was like, okay, cool.
So what y'all want to hear? What record y'all want to go into?
Let's play Optimistic, man.
No, we're off the new
album.
album.
For the new album.
I'm sorry.
Play that anyway.
Okay,
Calm down.
I'm sorry.
For the new album. I would say Mary J.
That's what I was going to say, that Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, we got to go spinning Mary J.
Well, let's get into spinning right now. We appreciate you brothers for joining us.
Man, thank y'all,
man.
Thank
y'all so much,
you.
man.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all exist, man.
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, featuring Mary J. Blige is spinning. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right, Mary J. Blige, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. I just want to let y'all know, right? We were talking about Instagram banning things and pulling things down, right?
Here you go.
And I told y'all I flagged Kim K, and y'all made a whole big thing about it.
And you flagged Chloe.
I did not flag Chloe. Stop it. Now, I am Halsey, right?
You are?
I'm looking. No, that's the Instagram page. I am
you got to start with that.
SEY, right? She has a picture up with her titty out. and she showed nipple. Am I right or wrong?
What you mean, are you right or wrong?
It has 5 million likes, and it was up July 7th. Can you see that nipple? Red, you see the nipple? Charlamagne, you see the nipple?
No, I can't see it because I'm a married man. When I see stuff like that, I keep scrolling.
Why wasn't
through
that
IG.
taken down? I'm just asking.
Did you flag it?
Yes, I just flagged it just now. I just flagged it. But I'm saying, why did he take that down? And the nipple's not covered. Am I right or wrong?
I think you should read the caption, sir.
Doesn't matter. I see nipple.
Yeah, but you should read the caption.
I'm not reading the caption. I see nipple. And you take all nipples down.
I see nipple.
You should read the caption.
I'm not reading the caption.
Because it's a concept album about the joys and horrors of pregnancy and childbirth. You know, so it was very important to her that the cover art conveyed the sentiment of her journey over the past few months. Okay.
So this is the part where context matters,
No,
right?
it does not matter. It's a nipple. It's nudity. Instagram said they have to take down nudity.
She said
this is a nipple.
The idea that me as a sexual being and my body as a vessel and gift to my child are two concepts that can coexist peacefully and powerfully. I think you should read the. You should have read the.
It doesn't matter. A nipple is a nipple. This is nudity. Boosie said the same thing on his nipple. All right.
No, he didn't.
I don't know, but it's a
context
nipple.
matters.
No, it doesn't. It's a nipple. A nipple is nipple. If you say
we're
nipple,
about to talk about a lot of different things and rumors.
all right, let's go.
It's about time. What's going on? Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, the baby's performance at Rolling Loud, there is still a lot of controversy and falling out from that whole situation and the comments that he made on stage. Now, in case you still haven't heard it, as Envy was saying, in case you live behind a rock, here was what was originally said.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas. Lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this.
Yeah, keep it real.
Some of y'all suspect as a motherfucker.
I don't know why we keep playing it. I'm sure there's some people that's hurt by it. Like, I don't know why we keep playing that over and over and over.
Don't we this one.
So
that's 4 days in a row. Like
that is true.
It's like if people are hurt by it, they don't want to hear it. In my opinion.
Well, we're talking about what happened after that because we can't assume everyone heard it or remembers what was said, because now we're going to talk about how the company that he's been working with, that he released a capsule clothing line with a 100-piece limited edition line, actually is no longer working with him. Now, that first line did drop on June 30th, and Boohoo Man posted a statement. They said, "We stand by and support the LGBTQ plus community and do not tolerate any hate speech or discrimination in any form." And they said they are no longer working with the baby. Now, the baby responded after that, because you saw a lot of people were making statements. You know, Elton John spoke out. Glad released a statement, and he posted a video of him ducking the shoe being thrown. And he said, "No weapon formed. This is how I bob and weave. Anything sent to destroy me. Check my resume and sit back. Hashtag my soul ain't for sale." He also released a new video giving what it's supposed to give. And that visual does conclude with a brief message addressing that controversy we just played around what he said over the weekend at Rolling Loud in Miami. And he did say, "Don't fight hate with hate. My apologies for being me the same way you want the freedom to be you." He said he filmed the video a day before his Rolling Loud performance. And he said, "It never ceases to amaze me the way God puts me in situations I'm already equipped to handle." That's what he wrote on his Instagram page.
If you bump into someone in the club or step on someone's shoe, if you didn't mean to do it, if it wasn't intentional, just apologize. That person might turn around, mean mug you. They might even say something to you. But if you didn't mean to do it, just apologize and keep it moving.
And I was saying that from the beginning. You know, I'm not a fan of cancel culture at all. And I do feel like he said something. And at that point, it's big for you to apologize and educate yourself on why things were hurtful to people, why you're spreading misinformation. And that's it, you know. And Boosie Badass did come to the baby's defense.
Also, real quick, if you say don't fight hate with hate, you're admitting that what you did was hate.
All right. Now, Boosie Badass did go ahead on Instagram Live, and he talked about his displeasure of people canceling the baby for his remarks.
Everybody not with their nephew sucking. Just can't put that on everybody and expect it to be cool. Nas X say he won't perform naked on stage for charity. You don't with him like you with the baby. You know, be even-sided, man. You don't think that's disrespect in front of boys who trying to be straight? If I'm at awards and he go up there naked, I'm gonna drag his ass off stage and beat his ass. Like Lil Nas say he wanted to perform naked for charity. You don't tell this little ass nothing. If he taking it too far, go suck a on IG. Get the ass.
Boosie, we were just trying to get you your page back on Instagram and this. Oh my gosh.
The one question I've been asking all week.
Awful.
Why? Like, why, Boosie? Why? Well, Lil Nas X is not your op. No gay man is your op. I really don't understand why people can't.